Stogiesorbogies, and I am smoking a Tatuaje Kappa Special for tonight for my daily smoke. It is an Ecuador Sumatra seed wrapper with a Nicaraguan binder and filler. The origin is from Nicaragua, made at the My Father Tobaccoria. I love Tatuaje. I haven't had this yet. Technically, it's the Tatuaje 7th Kappa Especial because there is a Tatuaje 10th Anniversary Kappa Especial, and I guess they're a little different, but it is what it is. Excited, I haven't had a Tatuaje in a long time. I bought a box about a year ago and smoked like half of it, and just really enjoyed it. It is a little windy and chilly because the sun is going down behind me. I'm a little late for my live. Just life got in the way a little bit. Supposed to go live yesterday when I skated, but I didn't. I should have. We all would have saw Messi. He's in San Jose at the moment. He's got a match against the soccer team in San Jose tomorrow night. So he's living in downtown, or well, staying with the team in downtown San Jose uh, until the game tomorrow. So there was a lot of Messi fans that was out last night, and I wish I could have caught it um, in the live, or at least gotten a picture. But it is what it is. I got to experience it in one way, shape, or form. So welcome. Happy Wednesday, Hump Day. Um, the week's going by pretty quick for the most part. Uh, I was just saying how I was supposed to go live yesterday, and I forgot my mic. I forgot my microphone. Uh, so I didn't go live, and we took a different route yesterday to go skating, and I didn't know it, but Messi is in San Jose, and I got to see Messi. So if I had remembered my microphone, we all would have seen Messi in my live. But yeah, I guess they're playing against the San Jose soccer team tomorrow. So um, everyone in the Bay, like, it felt like everyone in the Bay was there. There was so many people, and I guess people were waiting for like 8, 9 hours just to like see Messi. There was such a big entourage. There was a really nice convertible. What up, David? Thank you. It's my friend's. It's my friend's company. Uh, Death Squad, rollerblading company. I like the color of it. But yeah, it was kind of wild seeing Messi last night. Kind of surreal uh, in a way. Like, also there was so many people there that it made me be like, if I was so famous like that, like I would be low key, like I'd feel some type of way. Like he can't go anywhere, but he's been famous for so long that um and yeah, he's just been so famous for so long. It's probably just natural to him. Thank you. It's a tatuaje capa especial. Um, it's got an Ecuadorian Sumatra seed wrapper, Nicaraguan filler, and binder. Um, it's honestly more on the lighter side of the tatuaje, but I'm only in the first third, so we'll see how it goes moving along. Hey, what's up, Hands of Seeds? Ramon Bueso Genesis. Hey, uh, yeah, how you? Well, you said you like him. Um, I have to look and see what that cigar is like. Spicy on that retro. Definitely got pepper on that retro. Yeah, science is cool. Yeah, leather. The aroma is good on this. I started my channel out of the blue actually. Just well, let me think about that for a second. Because I did start it out of the blue, but there was like a reason behind it. Um, well, okay, yeah, here it is. So, I started the channel out of the blue, but I started because I wanted to document my journey in cigars. Because I started my channel when I started my journey in cigars in the cigar world. So I wanted to be able to document a lot of my journey. And um, at first, if you go back to like my first video I made, you can just see like I was kind of like looking all over the place. Like I kind of didn't talk um, as well as I do now, but it's just getting comfortable. And not only that, since I started doing lives again this past weekend, being out in public, kind of like awkward in a way because I'm just kind of like I'm not talking to myself because I'm talking to obviously you and other people that are on here. Um, but like there's people walking around, there's like distractions with like birds and the wind and the sun and other things. So I just kind of got to tune it out and whatnot. But I did take a public speaking class in high school, and a lot of the things that I learned from that, I've just been trying to translate into um, just talking into the camera, like I'm talking to someone else, really. And just like that, the ash falls all over my book. I do have my book again. Um, yeah, but I guess the other thing is I try to just talk like I'm talking to another person. Um, I guess that's what kind of keeps me speaking so well into a camera. But yeah, I mean this cigar so far is pretty good. Um, every tatuaje I've ever had has always hit just right. Hang on, there's a train. I'm trying to figure out what else is going on here because there's pepper, there's leather, and there's just like one other thing that I can't put my finger on. We'll figure it out as it goes through. But the week is almost over with. Um, yeah, I probably won't be going live tomorrow because I'm gonna be doing some overtime at work, so I'll be staying pretty late tomorrow, and so I won't be on live. Um, Tomorrow's Thursday. Friday, I'll probably be at the lounge, so I probably won't be live. Um, but Saturday and Sunday, I'll probably be live again. Um, but you never know. Anything can uh, anything can happen between now and tomorrow and Friday. So, but um, I do like the questions you give me, Hands of Seeds. It's always it's always cigar related or like life related or channel related. That's what I like a lot. Um, oh, I did buy. I bought a box of the HVC hotcakes. So they'll be probably coming in by Friday, I think. Friday or Saturday. So if I get them in on Friday, I'll probably go live and say screw going to the lounge, just so I can just be on live and smoke one or two. Because I'm really excited about them. I've heard nothing but good stuff about HVC. HVC, from uh, what I've read and what I've learned from other people. Excuse me. He's got a great line through and through. So um, it's a box of 25, and they're exactly the same size as this. This is 5 1/8 by 46. Yeah, 46 for the ring gauge. So kind of like not quite a petite Corona. I think it's considered a Corona, um, by technicality, because I think a petite Corona is like 4 inches by 46. Ooh, that's a good question. Okay, if I could smoke a cigar with one historic figure that has passed, who would you pick? Uh, and what cigar would you pick? Ooh, that's a good question. Um, well, the first one that comes to mind would be Winston Churchill. That would be the first one that just comes to my mind out of like anyone would be Winston Churchill. Um, but who I'm trying to think of if there would be anyone else. Uh, hmm. Yeah, like probably Winston Churchill. Just because that guy was a really interesting person. And he smoked cigars too. So I would have to pick a a Romeo y Julieta Churchill. So a true Churchill, like a 7 by 48. Um, because that's what he always smoked. He smoked Romeo y Julietas. Um, and yeah, I would just talk to him about like yeah, I would just talk. I would just pick his brain about like how did he like keep his mind uh, with being in the war and being prime minister and uh, how he was able to work with um, the United States and whatnot to just get through World War II and um, keep the world from collapsing. Just an interesting mind. Um, Another World War person would be General Patton. He'd be pretty cool to smoke a cigar with. Um, Bruce Lee, even though I don't think Bruce Lee would have smoked a cigar, but I would definitely smoke a cigar with him if he would. Uh, yeah, uh, yeah, that would be the people that I could think of off the top of my head. But yeah, Winston Churchill for sure, just because he was also an avid cigar smoker. Um, yeah, good question. Oh, and what? Yeah, I answered the what cigar. It would be a Romeo y Julieta Churchill, and it would have to be a Cubano, like from Cuba, because it would have been pre Cuban embargo, so it also would have been fantastic, most likely. hmm The cigar is very medium. Uh, it's real pleasant on the palate. Uh, it seems to have mellowed out on the pepperiness through the retro. Uh, ah, um, so here's my take on Cuban cigars. Um, because when I was in Mexico back in November, I had to go to a Habanos uh, shop, and I picked up some Cubans. I picked up a Monte Cristo and a Cohiba. Um, I really wanted. They had uh, two uh, Trinidad Fundadores that were there, and they were quite expensive. Um, I had the money to pay for them, but I just was like, ah. And I love Trinidad. Trinidad is a great cigar company, and so I only bought like five Cubans. I bought three Cohibas and two of the Monte Cristos, and I smoked the Cohiba. You could actually go into my shorts. If you go back a little ways, you can see a little short that I made of me smoking the Cohiba, um, and it was good. It was a nice mellow to medium cigar. There was no pepper in it. It was bready, kind of toasty, uh, light, airy, um, almost no pepper through the retro. Just really nice. It was just a really nice experience. The flavor was very good. The complexity was good, but I wouldn't justify the price for it. Like, there's a lot of New World cigars that just blow Cuban cigars out of the water, like for sure, for a fraction of the price. But I would say if you're into cigars and you can get your hands on a true Cuban, um, definitely try it. Um, it's definitely an experience. Um, I'm saving the Monte Cristo. What's up, Nad? I'm definitely saving the Monte Cristo for my birthday. I'm smoking that on my birthday. I'm probably gonna smoke the Opus X I have for my birthday. Um, and I have a CLE, a special CLE. Um, so I don't think I'll smoke all three, but I'll definitely be smoking uh, the Cuban cigar for my birthday for sure. Um, but also, the other thing that I've noticed is, I listen to a lot of podcasts about cigars. So, like Daily Cigars, Cigar Authority, um, and a couple others I can't think off the top of my head. But um, but between those and my like other people's experiences and my experience, uh, let's just say that if the embargo got lifted, um, I think that there would be such a large market that um, Cuba wouldn't be able to hold their standard. Uh, they wouldn't be able to hold their standard. They would drop in quality, um, and it would just be way too much for Havana, Cuba, to just keep up with demand. And I don't think a lot of people in the United States. I think at first a lot of people would be like, "Oh yes, Cubans," and they'll grab some, but you're gonna get hit and misses, because it's just gonna be such a demand that they won't be able to do anything. The Bay Area. Mm. Yeah, so my father rolls the tatuaje for Pete Johnson. Pete Johnson actually, he's married to Don Pepin, his daughter. And Don Pepin is the one that blends all of Pete Johnson's tatuajes. And then obviously, my father is owned by Pepin Garcia. And um, but when Pete met Pepin, uh, Pepin had sent him a couple cigars and he had smoked them and he was just like, it's whatever. And so about a year later, his friend was like, hey, Pepin is gonna come here, and because Pete was working as a musician and he was also working in a cigar shop in LA, and he was like, I want to start a cigar because a cigar company because he just felt that he wanted to have a good cigar in the market that reflected the Cuban market. And when Don Pepin came to meet him in person, he rolled him some stuff, and Pete was just like, I don't think this is gonna work. And there's a train coming. Give me 1 second. And so Pete goes, hang on, goes to another room, pulls a cigar, and he goes, here, this is what I'm looking for. Don Pepin lights it, takes a couple puffs, and he goes, okay. And he rolls a cigar for Pete, hands it to Pete. Pete smokes it, and he goes, this is it. This blend right here. And Tatuaje was created, um, which I think is a wild story. Also, Pete is in the wine industry too. Um, I don't know what wines he made. I don't know if he's still making wines. I know back in like the late 2000s, early 2010s, he was making wines. So if he's still making them, I should try some. I should actually try his wine if it's available with his cigars at the same time and pair them and see like how well they pair together. Uh, that would be a very interesting dynamic there. But yeah, my father, um, uh, my father that I had was the Flor de las Antillas uh, Sungro Maduro, and that blew my mind. Like it just blew my mind. I had been smoking cigars for a couple months at that point, and I went to this cigar lounge down in San Jose that I go to from time to time, and I just asked the guy. I was like, "Hey, like I just had a bag of my bands, and I was like, look, this is what I've been smoking." I was like, "I want 5, 6 cigars, uh, between this price range, and like let's rock with it." And he was like, any preference on size? And I was just like, keep it under 56 ring gauge. I was like, I don't care how long it is. It can be anything from a Churchill to like a petite Corona to a cigarillo or whatever. And so out of that, what was the ones he got me? So he got me the Master Blend 3 from Oliva, in the Churchill, which I did a review on that, and I smoked that, and it was amazing. It lasted like 3 hours, but it was fantastic. But he gave me a San Cristobal Revelation, and that was beautiful. Which also is rolled and blended. It was blended by Don Pepin, and it's made by my father, but I forget the people that own it. I can't remember who owns it. But then he goes, uh, "Here, try this," and he pulled the My Father Flor de las Antillas Maduro, and then what was it? Oh, it was an Aladino uh, cigarillo, um, and then it was yeah, it was the Aladino cigarillo, and then and Arturo Fuente. I think it was a was it a queen bee? No, I got the queen bee from the other spot. But yeah, that was basically like kind of like what uh the cigars that I got. And I remember I smoked the Flor de las Antillas, and it was in a Toro. So it was a 6 by like 52 box press, and it was my first box press that I had, and it just blew my mind. It was peppery, but it was chocolatey and coffee notes, and it was just complex. And it was the first cigar that I really had that I was able to taste notes of chocolate and coffee and blend nice with leather and pepper. And then also the aroma that came off of it was just so good, and it just blew my mind. And so ever since then, I was like, dang, I've been kind of like running towards blends like that. And then the Tatuaje, um, uh, I think I got a Tatuaje in that little mix there, and I got tattoos everywhere. And Tatuaje translates to tattoo. Hang on, there's a train coming. Um, and so when I went back to my original uh, cigar lounge, I grabbed because they have a whole wall of like Tatuaje, and I grabbed some Tatuaje, and I was like, I think it's funny that you guys never like gave me a Tatuaje because it literally means tattoos in Spanish or tattoo. And I got tattoos all over, and they're like, well, it's kind of a heavier blend. It's more full, and you know, it would have been right for you, especially for being, a relatively new smoker. And I was like, yeah, you're right. Um, which is a good move, but at the same time, it was kind of like that would have been like a match made in heaven. It's like, oh, you got tattoos. Like, hey, this guy that rolls it, Pete Johnson, he's covered with tattoos. He's super famous for having an Opus X tattoo on his arm, and whatnot. And um, so yeah, it was just one of those things that I was like, oh, like cool. And so yeah, every Tatuaje that I've had has just always been banging. So, and this one here is probably the most. It's definitely a medium blend. It's not more on the medium full or full, which is kind of nice. Um, but I do miss having a more full blend. But the one that I did the Superfly on Monday, that was probably the strongest cigar that I've had. Like that, I should have let that sit for like 6 to 8 months before I smoked that. But it was really good, just really, really, really strong. Talking too much. Um, Uh, but yeah, if you can't tell, I really like anything that Don Pepin has ever blended uh, so far that I've tried. Um, yeah, it's just like anything that they do, anything that he touches, I want to try. Um, I'm getting like roasted almonds. It's really nice. Like this is just it's just such a nice. It's such a different tatuaje. I've never had a tatuaje like this. Nah, I don't feel like I'm fiending for a cigar if I skip a day. Um, like I think about it, I'm just like, man, it'd be really nice to smoke a cigar. But sometimes if I skip a day, um, it's nice because when I come back, the next day after that, I find that my palate isn't worn out. My palate is nice and clean. It's got a day of rest, which um, I've been smoking a cigar pretty much daily for over a year. There's some days that I don't smoke. Um, I don't know what's going on over there, but no, I don't ever feel like um I'm ever fiending for a cigar. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, sometimes it's good to let your palate rest. Um, like I know a couple months ago, um, I took a break from a stronger cigars for a little bit, and I was having more Connecticut shade, lighter. Which don't get me wrong, some Connecticut shade is strong. Um, yeah, actually, I thought about doing that for yesterday, but I left my microphone at home on accident, and funny story, Messi, Lionel Messi, the famous soccer player, football player. Um, he's in San Jose right now. The the Miami team that he's on, they have a game against the San Jose team tomorrow night, and so he's in San Jose. And now there's two routes that we do, and we did the second route yesterday, which is about 11 miles that we skate, and we would have seen Messi on my live, um, but oh well, it's okay. I got to see Messi. It was pretty wild. There was so many people out there. But yeah, I plan on next Tuesday when I go to my group skate. Um, Hopping on the live and skating because I do smoke a cigar when I go skate, which is pretty unconventional. So uh, yeah, I I agree with you in a way. There's just some new world cigars that just blow Cuban cigars away just because of the blend. And on top of that, um, Cuban cigars are puros. I butcher that Spanish word, but it's Cuban filler, Cuban binder, Cuban wrapper. They don't have any other blends from any other places. It's a straight puro, same field, same farms. So like every cigar you technically get from Cohiba to Trinidad to Monte Cristo to Romeo y Julieta, like they're all gonna relatively be uh I don't want to say that they're close in uh like flavor, but like their complexity is gonna be the same, you know. Um and I do have to find that La Gloria Cubana. There's one at the shop that the guy was talking to me a couple Fridays ago, and he was like, "Dude, you gotta try this." Um, it was a little bit out of my price range, but I'll have to just pick it up and try it. Um, I can't remember the name of it, but it was a La Gloria Cubana. Um, and he was just raving about it. Like he was like he couldn't get enough of it. He just wishes that well he doesn't really care about the cost of the cigar, but he does wish that it was a little bit lower in cost, uh, just so more people could try it. The sun is also like super setting behind me, and so as you can see, it's kind of getting a little darker. And I also started my live about an hour later than what I normally do, but give it another month or so, and the sun will still be out at this time. Um, but yeah, that's the third time the ash has just fallen on me. But coming into the final third here, I'm getting some chocolatey notes in there, so some undertones of chocolate, which is nice. Uh, Seems to be a little late for the Tatawahe blend, but the chocolate note. For some reason, I always get chocolate notes in Nicaraguan uh, cigars, which I don't complain. I love that note. Um, that pepper is definitely ramping up with a little bit of leather in the back. Um, but yeah, having a Cuban and also smoking a lot of New World cigars. Um, I I really like New World cigars a lot more um, than. And now I've only had one. So I only smoked the Cohiba. I haven't smoked the Monte Cristo yet. So when I do smoke the Monte Cristo, uh, I'll have a different. Well, it'll have. When did I get it? I got it in November, so December, January, February, March, April, May, June. So it'll have 7 months of age from when I bought it, and then however longer it was from when it got boxed. So I wouldn't be surprised if there was more than a year or two of age on it. So it could be pretty mellow. Um, but we'll see. But yeah, I don't think it'll compare to the New World cigars. Hmm. Yeah, there's some guys at the cigar shop that put the end of their the rest of their cigar in their pipe and smoke it. I have never done that. I don't own a pipe. Um, um, just because I don't smoke pipe tobacco, and um, and also the process. I can't knock pipe smokers because I uh, uh, smoking a pipe. Um, there's just like a ritual to it, and I feel like it would take me a while to just like figure out how to do it right. And these things are easy. You cut light, and you're going. You're off to the race. Um, just simple. Um, yes, I have heard the term "close but no cigar." They used to give out cigars at fairs if you could hit the thing with a sledgehammer and went all the way to the top. They would say it if it failed. Huh? That's really interesting. I didn't know that. I kind of wondered where it was close but no cigar. That phrase. Huh. Thanks for the information. I learned something. First band is off. Um, yeah, it depends. Some cigars I'll smoke right down until they burn my fingertips. And some I'll end them right at the band. Hang on, there's a. Oh yeah, for sure. It just and I like I like smoking a cigar at any time of the day, but definitely my favorite time to smoke a cigar is at night, at the end of my day, when I don't have to think about what do I have to do today, what are the things I gotta accomplish. Um, I can really just sit down, decompress, relax, and just watch the world uh, go by. And I mean, even on the lives that I've been going on lately, I still feel that. Like I was telling my girl earlier, I made a cup of tea instead of coffee this morning, and I don't drink tea all that often, but when I drank the tea this morning, don't get me wrong, coffee is nice in the morning, but it's not relaxing. And when I drank the tea, it gave me everything that coffee gave me, except the extra part was the relaxing part of the tea. Just being able to just sit there and like it relaxed me. And it really reminded me of like smoking a cigar. And it's probably better than coffee because it's got antioxidants in it and other good stuff to really kind of get your day going. And yeah, I just was like, wow, this is like a really relaxing thing. So I think I'm probably going to incorporate drinking tea more often in the morning because it gave me this relaxing feeling uh, that really, kind of took the edge off before I went to work. And it kind of made my day a little better. Sorry, it's starting to get dark, uh, and you probably can't really see me too well, but um, I'm still here. I'm gonna be here until mm, I don't know when. I'll probably smoke it past this band, so I probably still got another 15-20 minutes left on this. Um, so, uh, but yeah, for sure. Um, that is one of the reasons why I enjoy cigars. The other thing that I enjoy cigars is when I go to lounges, I get to meet new people, have conversations with people that I probably would never have had a conversation with to begin with, and um, it's just nice because there's this like old world face to face conversation uh, interaction that in today's new age um, uh, world, there's not as much face to face or human to human conversations and interaction as much. It's always kind of like what I'm doing right now, just conversing over the world wide web um, to people, which has its positives, just like face to face interaction. Um, this cigar got really good at the end. Like each third has just gotten better and better and better, and this final third is incredible. I wish this final third started in the first third. It would have made this cigar even better. Like it would have been top tier in my mind. Uh, but that's also the great thing about cigars is that each layer has complexity, and I like that in cigars. I like cigars that have different complexity at each stage. Um, as well as there's some cigars that like if this cigar started with where it is right now, and it lasted that all the way through, like I would enjoy it just as much. But it just makes this cigar even better that there's that complexity in between um, each third. Let's see if I can turn my brightness up. I turned my brightness up on my phone, so and try to give me a little more light because there's no light here where I'm at. So, mm, yeah, fantastic. Just uh, ending the day on a cigar is just such a blessing. Just so nice to just relax. Uh, yeah, I mean there are some cigars that I've smoked and it's really gotten to the final third and I'm just like this is terrible. Like, don't get me wrong, but most of the time I do enjoy the cigars right down to well into the final third. Um like finger burners, uh the Trinidad Espiritu number 3, the My Father Flor de las Antillas, um the Tatuaje Reserva, um, the some of the Opus X's. I'll burn right down to my fingertips. The Rough Riders Sweet Maduro. That's another fantastic one. I smoked that yesterday. Such a good cigar. But yeah, I think, like I said, I like a more full cigar. So that final third, um, that final third just ramps up the like the pepper and the spices and and the whatnot, and it just makes it really enjoyable to me. Well, I don't know if you can see it, but I tried taking off that second band, and it didn't work. So uh, I guess that second band won't be going in the book. Just the first one. Um, yeah, getting close to the end of this. I wish I had more time. I wish it wasn't getting so dark out because I feel like you guys can't see me. You can definitely hear me though. You can definitely see when I puff on this. So, uh, you ever had any of the latitude cigars that are grown at the equator? I was smoking one. Um, no, I don't think so. I have to find one. But there's like a lore or like a thing about moths. When there's a moth that comes around you, it's someone that passed away in your life greeting you from the afterlife. So I wouldn't say bad omen, but just someone visiting you. Mm, what a good cigar. Um, I also like that this live has been pretty mellow. Dang, that's wild. I didn't know that it was like a really rare moth. Huh. That's interesting. Um, yeah, I feel like Monday's live was the dude, I was getting some wild comments in there. The comment section was pretty wild. Um, but it was interesting. Um, I know you were in there, Hands of Seeds for a little bit, but I feel like it was just a little craziness in there. Uh, but yeah, I had some wild people that was in there. Yeah, I thought I did pretty good for how crazy it was on Monday. Um, it was definitely it was definitely different. Yeah, I wanna hit up one of my friends and go live and chill with him. Just have him on my live so there's like another person like we can just um talk together. We can both smoke a cigar. Kind of make it like a little show. Go through like some today in history. This happened. Just talk about life and whatnot. Um, it would be cool to make a little podcast. I thought about that. Uh, I just don't know how well that would work. Um, Yeah, I get that all the time. My girl is always like, she's like, every time you go to the cigar lounge, it just seems like you're always like meeting new people and making friends. And to me, I'm like, I feel like I don't make friends that great. But apparently, I'm just really easy to talk to, and you know, my vibe. Um, I used to be really like extroverted when I was young. I feel as I've gotten older, I've become more introverted, but at the same time, it's nice because I have a nice duality between the two. I don't have to come off so like in your face like I was younger in my life. But yeah, I just try to respect everyone, and we all come from different walks of life, and just don't know what people go through on a daily basis, and just talking to someone like a human being. Um, I've met quite a few famous people in my life, and I never ask them for a photo. I just ask them like, "Hey, it's kind of wild that I that I met you." Well, here's a good story about that. So when I first moved to Oakland in 2017, Marshawn Lynch had a shop, Beast Mode, in Oakland, and my friend was like, "Hey, Marshawn Lynch like owns this," and he was like, "Yo, like let's check it out," and I was like, "Sure." So I go in, and there's Marshawn Lynch just sitting in a chair in the corner on his phone, just in the shop. And I know he doesn't really like people coming up to him and whatnot, but I just walked up to him and I was like, "Hey, like I grew up watching you, and like like just it's just cool that I just saw you out of the blue. Like I hope your day is good." And he just dapped me up and said thanks. I didn't. I just treated him like a human being because that's what he is. We're all human. So, um, I've met some famous rollerbladers um, in 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 the last like 6 or 7 years, and I've just always been like, "Hey, like, what's your Instagram so I can follow you and how you doing?" And just give them a handshake and whatnot, and I just like just keeping it like real, you know. Like it'd be cool if I had pictures of them, but nah, I met Steph Curry on my way home one time. He was in a music video that was getting shot in Oakland down the street from where I used to live, and I waited until they were done doing their little section of that video, and I was like, "Yo, Steph Curry," and he's like, "Yeah." Came over, gave me a dap, and I'm like, "Bro, I've been watching you since college," and it was just super cool. He chatted with me for a couple minutes, and then they started doing their thing, and I was like, "I bet, like, cool seeing you. Like, good luck this year." I just went home and I was like, dude, it's so wild that I just ran into Steph Curry like out of the blue. um, so yeah, I've met some interesting people, and yeah, now that I'm like reflecting on some of those stories, it does match what you're saying. I can hold the conversation, so um, yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. Sometimes it's hard to. Sometimes it's hard for me to remember that. It's hard for me to just remember that, but when you're in first person all the time, it's hard to be in third person and just like view yourself from an external point of view. Yeah, a lot of talent in your ability to talk. Uh, Growing up, everyone used to call me or say that I had the gift of gab because I could just talk, 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 talk. Um, I was in like the summer camp, and there was one day, one of the camp leaders, uh, they were like, "I'll give anyone $5 if like you guys like whoever can just like not talk for the longest." And I literally didn't talk for 8 hours. I got $5 out of that, but that was really hard. There was so many times that I just wanted to talk to people. Nah, it was the Disney movie. Oh, what was it? I'm drawing a blank on it, but it was a Disney movie from like the early 2000s that put me onto rollerblading. Mm. Yeah, I've been told that I could be a good salesman. Um, but I'm a welder, so uh maybe in the future. Um, I do want to work in one of the cigar shops around me. I think it would be good. Um, I think I'd be really good at it. Um, Funny you say the my father. Uh, I there was a I this will be my last story. Before I get off, because literally you can only see the ember. Um, so um, there was an event back in March at the Cigar Lounge in San Jose, and uh, there was a cigar rep from my father, and I literally just chatted his ear off for a good half hour, 45 minutes, just talking about you know Tatuaje and Don Pepin and my father and the blends and the sections of the tobacco plant, and it was just cool. I was picking his brain, and it was just a good conversation. It was really good. I wish I had more time to talk to him, but he had to do his job. He was there to promote my father cigars. So I had to let him go go do his thing. But it was really cool to meet him. We'll meet one of the reps for uh, this area of the country, and it was just really cool. And I was like, dang, it'd be cool, but it can be a uh, rough little thing uh, to be in. But I think I'd be fine. He knew a lot more than me. He knew I was soaking up way more game than him, but I'm pretty sure he was like, "Hey, like this guy knows more than the average Joe." Um, for sure. But yeah, I'm getting down to the end of this cigar, and it's dark, and I'm gonna wrap this live up. So yeah, thanks for getting on. Always love having you on here, and everyone else. Um, you know, um, like I said, I'm always dropping shorts every day, or at least I'm trying to be like every day on my shorts. Uh, they've been doing really well lately. Um, Getting over 1,000 views on each of them for the most part, which is really cool. I never thought that my stuff would get that much, but yeah, um, really love going live and just chilling with all of you. So uh, I'm Stassi, Stogiesorbogies. Thanks for hanging out with me. Um, I'll catch y'all on the next one. Have a good rest of your day. And the week's almost over with. Tomorrow's Friday Eve. Finish the week out strong. Deuces.